Greetings, Arizona Virtual Academy. My name is Jerry Smith, and I'm coming to you from eSchool Prep in the great state of Texas. Before we start, I did want to share with you about what I did with the names that you gave me before I actually start my actual lesson. I noticed the three different groups that you had given, and normally what I do with my students is I do run a RIT report on both math growth and in map skills to see if there's any additional information that will help me in the diagnostic phases. As you can see here, I decided to go with my lesson of algebraic expressions. I then took your three groups and I divided them into 5 different groups. The first group that I have here is the advanced. I kept those together. The proficient I divided into 2 different groups. Those that were not slow and those that were slow. Now the group that were slow, I would give them an assessment just to make sure that they don't have any gaps. And then of course the non-proficient, I also split into 2 different groups. The ones that are struggling the most, here you can see the lower RIT scores. I would put them in a T3 and I would work with them one-on-one until I could bump them up to the T2. And here in the top group, you can see would be my T2 on who I would put into the Stride software and set the engine on fast and furious and let the Stride do its magic. Okay. And you can see here what I've done is I've broken these 5 groups into breakout rooms for the students. Now, one thing I really like about the Arizona Mathematics Standards is the ability to major on major strands. I really like that. Please don't tell my Texas friends I said that. That being said, I took the strand for apply and extend previous understanding of arithmetic to algebraic expressions. So we're taking their understanding. Now, you'll notice that when I do my lesson is based on reasoning. It's called a reason column, and it takes in these standards. I expect my students to be skilled in these standards. These are the 3 that I've chosen for my lesson. Of course, the general one is to write, read, and evaluate algebraic expressions. And of course, they need to know what unknown variables are because that's the basis of algebra. And also, the third one is probably the most important, and that is to identify the parts of the algebraic expression. This is extremely important. I spend 40% of my teaching on vocabulary. The reason is the students do not know the words. It's a very important component, and I've had a lot of success when the students conquer the words. Okay, well, I hear the students coming, so if you'll excuse me, I will talk to you again after class. Thank you. All right, guys, come on in. Alexis, how you doing this morning? You doing all right? Good. Sarah, how about you? Your mom's sick? Oh, I'm sorry to hear of that. Let's see, Micah, how are you doing? You're sleeping? Well, I know how that goes, okay? Did you go to bed early enough last night? All right, now you see the breakout rooms here, so you each go into your own breakout rooms. Everybody except Newton. Newton, I'll be right back with you. Get out your codes, and Einstein, I'll meet with you here in your room, okay? Einstein, we're excited about the stride contest that you got going on. I wanted to inform you, you have 1 more week in your contest. And let's see, do you want to know who's in the lead? All right, here it goes. I'm going to reveal it. There it is. Garen, congratulations. Jaden, you're in 2nd place. Alexis, 3rd. Honorable mentions to Mason and Levi. Now, you guys are all real close together, so it's anybody's game. So I really appreciate it. Now, I want to make a quick mention that this is based on your badges, not on your star points. Star points are only good if you have a tie, okay? Good luck, guys. We'll talk to you later. Hey, Newtons, how many of you were able to break the code? Okay, we're going to get that. But before we do, let's see, Alexis, would you read our objective today? Thank you, Alexis. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, so we're writing, reading, and evaluating algebraic expressions. This is exactly how you broke the code from yesterday. Okay, so we're going to do a polling. What is the state bird of New Mexico? All right, Jaden, what did you put? Roadrunner is right. Hey, guys, y'all got that correct. Good, thank you. All right, so I want you to get out your math dictionaries. And let's see, who's next? Adeline, would you read evaluate for us? What do you have in your math dictionary for evaluate? Thank you. Okay, remember, next week you're having a test with your math dictionary. I want you to hand those in next week. It's a major test grade, rather. That's what I meant to say. All right, let's see, who do we have here? Kylie. Kylie, would you read the picture example for us? Thank you, Kylie. Appreciate that. Now remember, you have to have a picture example in each entry of your math dictionary. All right, so we are going to remember that tomorrow is your vocabulary test. We've reviewed your words several times, and so today's the last time we're reviewing. So let's go ahead and look at the ones that you missed the most. What is the answer to a multiplication problem? What is the answer to a multiplication problem? Blaze, what'd you come up with? You're right. It's product, isn't it? Hey, everybody got that one correct. You guys are on a roll. It's like hot butter. On a roll. Okay. What is the answer to a division problem? Jaden. What's that, Jaden? Why did I put Dairy Queen? Hey, guys, why did I put Dairy Queen? Because division goes with a quotient, doesn't it? Am I making you guys hungry? I am too. All right, before we go on, what is our objective today? Everybody put on the poll. Is it to write algebraic expressions, read algebraic expressions, evaluate, or all of the above? What's the correct answer? Jaden, you're right. Okay, I went ahead too fast. You're absolutely right. It's all of the above. See right here, guys? It's right here in front of you. Write, read, and evaluate. So A, half of you got that right. It's all of the above. Okay? Good job. All right, now, we're going to change gears a little bit. What side is the left hand? Which side is the left hand? Go ahead and put your poll in these. And Matthew, what did you say? Well, Matthew, you got it correct, but everybody else was all over the place. So we're going to look at this a little bit deeper, okay? Which side is the left hand? What I want you to do is I want you to pretend you're going to put a letter L over the thumb that looks like an L. So I want you to put your hands out here, okay? And let me see if I can get it straightened up there there you go, in the camera. And notice I have my fingers together and my thumbs are pointing to each other. Now, which one looks like a forward L? Not a backwards L, but a forwards L. Okay? Let's see here. That's right. Pretend you're putting an L over the best thumb. All right. What does the L stand for? I just told you. What does the L stand for? Alexis, what'd you say? Hey, Alexis, you got it right. That's right. It stands for the left, doesn't it? It's left. Okay, guys. So if the L stands for the left hand, then which side is the right hand? Choose the right answer here. Okay, Levi, what'd you put? The one with the R, you're absolutely correct, Levi. And I think most of you got that one correct. You're doing a lot better. I appreciate that. Okay, what side is the left expression? Why is this so important? Because we need to identify on this whole equation which side is the left expression and which side is the right expression. Okay, so let's see, Alexis, what did you put? You're right, 4a plus 5, isn't it? That's on the left side. Now, not everybody got that correct. Does everybody see that? That's why we did the L, because that's on the left. Okay? All right, let's try the next one then. We got the left side. Well, if the 4 plus 5 is the left expression, then which side is the right expression? Matthew? That's right. Since we did the 4a plus 5 over here, then the 10 plus 2a would be the right expression. Okay, most of you got that right. I appreciate that. Okay, so now we've got our left expression, we got our right expression, but which part's the equation? Give you a hint. What's this bracket here? And we've already done A, we've already done B. Okay, Alexis, you're right. It's the whole enchilada, isn't it? It's the whole thing. D is the correct answer. You guys are doing great. Okay, we got one more here. Let's see, Mason, which part is the unknown variable? What do you think there, bud? You're right. It's C. And everybody got that one right. Appreciate it. We know what a 4 is, right? If I were going to give you some money, you know how much $4 is, or $5. But if I was going to say that I'm going to give you $8, you don't know what that is. Neither do I. Okay? So appreciate that. Okay, we're going to go over a couple more words. Evaluate. You did this to break the code yesterday. So what does the word evaluate mean? All right. Blaze, good job. Good job, guys. Y'all got that one. Okay, one more word. Substitute. What does the word substitute? Kylie, you were the first to put it on there. What'd you say? Okay, B. Replace, isn't it? Very good. All right. Now, here you go, guys. Pick the correct answer. What is our objective today? Read this carefully. I want everybody to get an A on this. Everybody get it right. Okay, let's call in Adeline. Adeline, what'd you put? C. Okay, you're absolutely right. It is C. Notice expressions, guys. We're working with expressions, not equations or operations or all of the above. We're working with expressions. That's our objective. Okay, very good. All right, we're going to change gears here real fast, and we're going to look at I do, we do, you do. I know that you all are very familiar with this. Remember, I do is where I go over the lesson, and I expect you to write everything down. Yes, Jaden, that includes the reason column. That's right, because when we do it all together again as a team, you're going to have to come up with the reason column. And guess what, Jaden? When you teach it yourself, then you're going to have to teach the reason column. That's right. So make sure you guys get it written down, okay? Here we go. Mr. Smith, what is the first thing I should write down? Self? Well, self, I believe the first thing I need to write down is that my objective today is to write, read, and evaluate algebraic expressions, because that gives me a lot of hints right there. Very good, self. Okay, and that is correct. All right, self, what is the first step to every math problem? Well, self, the very first, I think I'll go to Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, what do you say? Well, I say the very first thing here is 9y minus 13, which is an expression. Very good, Mr. Smith. Okay, so we have what is given, and that is an left expression. Okay, so we're going to write that down. What else is given, Mr. Smith, in this problem? Well, I notice I've got this substitute 4 for y, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down as well. Good job, Mr. Smith. You got it. Okay. What is the second step in solving math problems? Well, I know that one. It's strategy. In fact, look at this. What strategy will I use? Well, it's already in the problem. It says substitute 4 for y. That's pretty neat, Mr. Smith. I agree. So that's why everywhere there's a y, I know that I'm going to put a 4 in there. That's what that substitute means. Sub 4 for y. So I do that. And then, oh, I need to solve it, don't I? But Does it matter which one I do first, self? Or let's ask Mr. Smith. And if it does, what do I use to guide me? Well, guys, what we use is called PEMDAS. That is right. So we take these one at a time. I look at the parentheses. Now, can I use anything inside the parentheses? No, because the 4 is by itself. There's nothing we can do in there. So we mark it out and go to E for exponents. So I see those little numbers at the top that look like powers. No, so I cross that out and I go to multiply. I do any multiplying? Yes, Mr. Smith, we can do multiplying. So 9 times 4 I know is 36. So I got that and I cross out my M. Next is division. Do I have any division? No, I do not. So I go to addition. Do I have any addition? No, I do not. So now I'm going to go to subtraction. Yes, I can do the subtraction, but I don't like it the way it's written here. Can I do it up and down? Yes, Mr. Smith, you may do it up and down. Okay, so I do it up and down and I get an answer of 23. So what is my last step, Mr. Smith? That is conclusion. All right, conclusion over here on the right. Now, Mr. Smith, can I check? You bet you can. Okay, I'm going to mentally check, put 4 for Y, and I get 36 minus 13, and that is 23. So 23 is correct. All right, guys, I've enjoyed being with you today. Here is your code for tomorrow. Your assignment is to break this code. What did the cucumber say to the vinegar? Okay, you guys have it? What did the cucumber say to the vinegar? All right, y'all have a good and blessed day today. Thank you. Okay, I'm coming back from class and all the students are gone now. Obviously, what I would do next is the we do, and that's where we would all work on a separate problem, although the students would be, I would call on each student for every step. Now, they are responsible for the reason column, so they have to come up with that. And that's the same thing with the you do. I expect each student to do this. This is really the power of intervention. Students get really excited about being able to teach the class. Some of them do, some of them don't. But it doesn't matter because each one of them gains a lot of growth. And when they do the reason column here, they have to know why they're doing it. So I've had a lot of success with that in the past. And of course, I have a quiz to give to them on the things that we've gone over. I do like to run the progress reports, the student progress reports in Stride because it gives me a measurement of where the students are and what they need to be worked with. Okay, again, my name is Jerry Smith. I look forward to seeing you all, and I think I would be the best candidate for middle school math interventionist. No, let me rephrase that. I know I would be the best candidate. I have a passion for these students, but most of all, I have a passion for seeing them grow. Thanks again, guys.